fairy grasshoppers, it's Bridget. Nice to see you today. I hope you can feel the good vibes coming in from my gorgeous background in my backyard. That's a cedar tree back there, that beautiful lush dark green tree, the gorgeous grass, and the contrast of the sky and the clouds. I hope that you can feel all the good natural vibes coming right through. Regardless of when you're watching this, it is June 2021, and I am really feeling into the summer energy vibration. So if you're watching this video in like December, hey, just feel the good vibes, feel the good vibes, connect with the positive energy of the sunlight. Now, if you've watched me for a while or followed me on Facebook at Bridget Inspired or Instagram at Bridget Inspired, you know that I love the sun. I love the sunshine. I love the summertime, maybe because I've grown up in Minnesota my whole life, which is a colder climate. We have winter for like 5 or 6 months out of the year. It's cold and snowy and icy, and I really just appreciate, I think, the summertime. So I'm recording this video on June in 2021. So this year particularly, it feels like there's this like opening and energy that's open and like elevated, and some of it feels like pent up energy that's maybe overactive or overreactive, which if you've seen some of my videos about being an empath and understanding energy in and of itself, you will be able to relate to that, because you can feel good and excited and anticipate summer and good opportunities to connect with people or good times, lots of sunshine, that kind of a thing, and yet at the same time have some anxiousness about it, have some worries about it, have some conflicted energy about it, like almost a nervousness, right? But today I want to talk to you specifically about this idea that I have in my brain about road trips. I know you're probably like, Bridget, wait, you just went off on a tangent. No, I did not. No, I did not. The other day when I was walking in town, and I posted this on my Bridget Inspired Instagram, I saw beautiful blue. I've never seen a blue like this in a car, and it was a beautiful blue Mustang parked all diagonally, a 2021 Mustang. You know, the little horse on the grill and just beautiful car. And it was parked all by itself. I took a picture of it. I was like, oh, nice. And I very rarely do that. Like when I'm like cars and things like that, I don't feel like, oh, I need a dream car. Oh, I'm not really drawn to a car. Like it doesn't matter what I drive really. Like you guys know, most of you know that I drive like a 2008 Honda minivan, like an Odyssey, right? Minivan. And you know, it's Betty, my psychic minivan. And so I'm totally comfortable with it, whatever. Like she's very, very old, and I know a girl's having some challenges recently. Just got her front brakes fixed, and she's a little rickety right now. She's not very happy. Something's going on, check engine lights on and things. So I think we gotta take a look under the hood. She might be a little gunked up inside there. I'm gonna have to clean that out. But my point is I'm not like a big car fan. I mean, I appreciate cars. I think if you like cars, that's cool, you know, good, you know, enjoy what you like kind of thing. But I love like the old fashioned cars and things, like when there's car shows and they're like driving on at least here, I don't know if it's all like this all over the country, but here in the Midwest, there's like these cruising days where on the weekends or on like a Friday night, all the cars with like collector plates, they'll drive through town or they'll park at the little diner, and I mean that kind of thing. It's cool. I like that. That's neat, like nostalgic, you know. I like that. But I've never like, at least not recently, I haven't been like, hey, I gotta have this really nice car. It just really doesn't matter to me. However, I wasn't always like that. The reason why this blue Mustang got me a little excited about potentially doing a road trip is because I love the Mustang. Like horses, I love horses. And the car itself, the Mustang, I have a story about that for you. So back in the day before I had my kids, so like 20 years ago or so, I just got coffee in my nose there. I had a job where I made some commissions. And so I was able to afford at that time what was my dream car. So when I was in high school, I had a dream car like everybody else did. And I got it. I bought it. It was a Mustang. Oh yeah, it was a Mustang, a red Mustang. It was like a brand new one. They're really not that expensive. They're US made cars and they're just not that expensive, not what you think, really. Honestly, they're way cheaper than what you, I mean, you can get a Honda or a Toyota, like an Accord or a Camry for right about the same price as you can get a Mustang. Seriously, you guys. I think the insurance might be different, you know. And I got a red, of course, Mustang. It was not a convertible because we live in Minnesota, and I had a college friend who had a convertible, and it was so cold in the winter. It was so cold, that car. And when it was raining, it was loud. I mean, it was just not the convertible. Just, no, it doesn't make sense. If I lived in Florida, yeah, maybe then I'd have a convertible. Okay, maybe at some point, but I got a beautiful red Mustang because I drove a lot for my job at the time too. So I got a beautiful red Mustang and had it for 6-8 months or something like that. I had it when I was pregnant. It's so funny because I got this Mustang and then I ended up changing jobs, and then I got pregnant with my first child. So I was pregnant driving a Mustang, my first kid. Isn't that funny? And like, it's low, you guys. Mustangs are low, so to get in and out of it, I mean, it was crazy. And during the winter, so I had my daughter, my oldest, in February, so I was driving it in the winter, and it's not the best car in the winter. It slides around, right? And I remember one time I'm outside at the grocery store and I'm going to get in my car and I fall, I slip, and I'm really pregnant at that time. So it's like January, right? Like 2001 or something. And I slid and I caught myself on the door, but I was already practically to the ground because and then I literally was like, oh, the seat's like right here. Like, I mean, it's super low to the ground, at least back in that time. I think it was a 2000 Mustang that I bought. And so then after I had my daughter, it was a pain in the butt to put a car seat in the back seat of there. You couldn't have anybody ride with you in the passenger seat, and you had to put the car seat, because they had to be rear facing, on the opposite side of the car. So I'd have to go around to the passenger side, flip up the seat, put her in there, put the seat back up and have it be smashed against the dashboard and drive her to daycare and stuff. It was crazy and very not practical, not very practical. And so I sold that car in the summer after I had her, and I was sad, but I traded it for a minivan. That was the first minivan I got. At that time, it was a Dodge Caravan, and it was navy blue. Same color as my car now, navy blue, and Honda Odyssey, navy blue. And then, so it's kind of weird, right? I traded a Mustang in for a minivan, but it's totally metaphoric, right? It makes sense, right? Different changes of life. You guys can relate to this no matter where you're at. If you're a grandparent, you might be getting back into a minivan to help out with the grandkids, or whether you're just starting out in your career and you've got your, Toyota Corolla from, 2008, and you're driving that thing until, you know what I mean? It might be like that. It might be a college kid or a high school kid, whatever. We're all at different stages in our lives, so we switch up. The vehicles can kind of reflect that, right? But not always, because can you imagine seeing a big old pregnant lady get out of a brand new Mustang? No. No, it was funny. It's just funny. I think it's a funny image. But so I saw this beautiful blue car, and I just stopped in my tracks. You guys, I have not had that kind of reaction to a car for years. I don't know if ever. I just was like, wow. And it was it was so beautiful. I took a picture of it. You can see it on Bridget Inspired on my Instagram page, Bridget Inspired. And it's just, I love that color blue. So no matter if I get a new car at some point here, which I'm going to need one obviously in the next few years, I don't have to get a brand new one, but if I do, I want that blue color, that really royal blue metallic. It was very much like this. It was totally like a third eye color. It was so cool. I loved it. I was like, I love the color of that car. And I also liked the cars, right? So I had checked my box of your dream car years ago, 20 years ago. And so now I'm I don't need that. But if I do need a new vehicle, if it's about the same price as getting like a Honda car, a car that's a Honda, then maybe that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. But it got me thinking about road trips and how much fun it would be to actually have that little car and drive like across the country, maybe down to Florida or over to the East Coast to visit some friends that I have in Boston and New Hampshire and stuff, or drive out to California. I have relatives out there and visit Disneyland. Going on to Texas, maybe. I know somebody that lives there and visit. I mean, there's just so many things. Like, it opens up this, hey, adventurous spirit, you know. And I thought, gosh, my job is very flexible. I can work remotely anywhere. I mean, I just need a phone to have session with you, you know. And so I could literally do that anywhere. I could be parked on the side of the road at a gorgeous, you know, park or a historic place or something, or at a fabulous hotel and overlooking the ocean or something and sitting on a balcony doing my session. Like, I could do that anywhere. How cool would that be? And I thought, oh, someday it would be so fun to have like a tour where I like drive and like meet with people and then drive to another place and meet with people. Now it's so crazy because I don't like to drive. Like, I'm gonna have to get over that part. But I'm telling you, this enticement, this like dangling carrot of this cute little new car and a road trip just feels so amazing. I know I could achieve this by simply renting a car and driving, or just taking my van, what I have now, and driving maybe up north. That's what we call it in Minnesota, up north by the lakes, like the North Shore of Lake Superior. It's gorgeous, like Duluth, Minnesota, and Grand Marais and all that, close to the border of Canada. Can't quite get in, I don't think, yet. I don't know, maybe. I don't think they're letting us in. I don't think Canada likes us much anymore, which I understand. Hey, I think I use the word a-holes. I think in the U.S. we've been kind of jerks lately, honestly. But, I mean, I could achieve the whole road trip vibe by doing that, right? But I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you guys do road trips? Are you guys road trip people? And then it's like, I don't know if I'd want to go with anybody. I don't know who I could go with on a road trip that I wouldn't want to, like, you know, push out of the vehicle at some point while I'm driving. Because I just don't know. Like, I want to listen to books on CD, or not on CD. That's like old school. Listen to books on Audible. I want to listen to music, and I mean, I guess I could do it with the right companion. I know one of my kids is super laid back. He would be great to road trip with, but I think I would drive him nuts. It'd be the opposite. I would be driving him crazy, and he could actually help drive, so that would be kind of nice too. My sister I could probably do a road trip with. She's like very like, go, come on, we got to get to this next spot. And I'm not really like that. If I'm doing a road trip, I just want to explore, and I don't want to have a harsh schedule, or I want to take my time, and she likes to kind of go, get there, get it done, see it, and then move on. And I don't want to rush. So I don't know if that would be the best fit. Maybe it might be okay. We travel together. We've traveled together many times, as you know. You've probably seen that because I've probably talked about it here. When we go to Disney, I go with my sister a lot. And my daughter, maybe, because she's at a place where she's kind of flexible right now, so she could go on a road trip. Although, I don't know how much help she'd be. She likes to spend money, my money, and I'd want to stay on a budget. So I don't know. We'll see. So do you guys road trip? Are you planning any kind of road trips this summer? Are you? If so, where are you going? Like, what's a cool, like, is there a specific drive? Like, do you go Pacific Coast Highway, or do you do like Route 66, kind of old school vibes, or like are you going to the Black Hills in South Dakota, or I mean, what are you driving to the beach, or like where are you going? Like, what's your road tripping kind of thing that you'd like to do if you could, or you've done already? That would be interesting to know. I'd be curious about that. I'm really thinking about it, you guys. I'm really thinking about it. We'll see. And I keep seeing that little blue car in my mind's eye, which is funny because it opens me up, and it reminds me of fun and like your whole life is ahead of you, because that's kind of how I felt, you guys, at that time. Like, I had a job that I was fortunate to be in the right place at the right time and get promoted quickly. I was really, really fortunate, and I was able to make good money because I had a salary, plus I had commissions, which is how I was able to get the car that I had, for me, justify it for myself personally, you know. And then I walked away from all that and went back to public service. But keep seeing this little blue car, and I keep seeing, I'm like, oh, I could do a customized license plate that said like magic on it, or Merlin, you know, like a wizard, like, you know, can't really put third eye on there. I guess I could put third eye. People would be like, what the heck? That car's license plate says third eye. What does that mean? You know, that'd be crazy. I should do that anyway. Could you see that on a soccer mom minivan? Oh my goodness. That would be funny. That would be funny. That would be fabulous. And okay, so after the road trip comments, do you have a Mustang? Have you had a Mustang? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like getting that kind of like, oh my gosh, I love that car. Or a car that's like that. Like what car is your Mustang? You know what I mean? What car is that for you? It's just so cool to me right now because the horse energy, so I got to tell you guys about this. I'll have to do another video and talk to you about this. Natural lifemanship. It's equine or working with horses, assisted coaching, education, or therapy. And so when I see the horse symbol, when I saw the horse symbol on that grill, it reminded me of multiple layers of things and all the different stages of life. And at that time, when I had my Mustang, I was actually pregnant with my first child. And now my oldest child's out of the house and my next in line is graduating tomorrow, actually. And like, that's a ceremony's tomorrow. And it's like, it's such a, and the natural lifemanship piece is something that I used, and I took a course, online course, and I had a coach for since 2019 through 2020 that worked specifically in equine assisted therapies and coaching, and she was awesome. And I learned about trauma-informed care through her and managing the senses and working with anxiety and all sorts of stuff. And then I took this online course right during the pandemic, and it kept me like, it gave me like this positive focus and something good that my brain could sink my intellectual chops into. And also it was very intuitive and innate and stuff that I kind of just naturally knew and was working with energy that way anyway. And they just gave it a scientific piece, a data-based piece, and like science informed. And I thought, gosh, that's amazing. And so I was in this online course with all these people who were coaches, or I'm not, sorry, not coaches. I don't know if I might have been, there's only a few, I think, coaches. Actually, most of them were counselors, psychologists, therapists, and specifically also working with horses or equine professionals that are focused on working with horses during like a counseling, therapy, trauma session. So I was like, wow, it was so cool, the layers of stuff that were connected by this image of this little blue Mustang. I mean, just, oh my gosh. Beginning of my experience with my kids, and now I'm at another change point with my kids. I mean, just crazy stuff. And interestingly, my son who's graduating tomorrow, his favorite color is blue. Hello, metaphor. Color has meaning, so much information. So I'll do another video and I'll talk specifically about what's considered natural lifemanship or trauma-informed care, because it's getting real popular right now. So I should do a video so you guys know a little bit about that background-wise. All right, you guys. Hey, have a great day. I hope I've inspired your spirit today and filled you with some hope. I want to read about what's your Mustang, what's your car, what's that? Okay, what's that for you? And also the road trip thing. What do you guys think about that? Like, what's your, oh my gosh, I have had this best road trip. This is the best one, or this is the one, my dream road trip that I want to take. Share that stuff. It's so fun to do that. It kind of helps amplify the good energy, the dreamy, hopeful, desired energy of what we want. And we want to manifest and attract the goodness in our lives, the happiness. All right. Thanks for watching.